guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bree if you are new here. In today's video, I'm going to be trying out some new stuff from NYX. This video is actually really exciting for me personally. The very first video that I ever posted was a new NYX primer try-on video. That video is like still to this day doing really well, and that makes me really happy because it kind of just affirmed to me that this is something that I could do, and I enjoy doing it and I love doing it, so I'm excited. So with that being said, I feel obligated to do new NYX primer try-on videos every time one comes out. So in today's video, we have the latest installment of the NYX primer try-on video. Today I'm going to be trying out the NYX Bright Maker primer. I'm also going to be trying the Marsh Mellow primer. I also have a Marsh Mellow sponge. You'll see in a little bit. It's dirty now, but it's super cute. I'm also going to be trying the NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen and the Shine Loud high pigment lip gloss. So if you guys are interested in watching me try on some new NYX items, then just keep on watching. Alright, so as you can see, I've already done my eyes because I don't have any eye products from NYX to try out today, but I'm going to be going in with two different primers. So I'm going to do kind of like a half and half. I'll do one primer on one side and one on the other, obviously because I only have one face and I wanted to try out both of the new primers in today's video. The first one that I'm going to be going in with is going to be the Bright Maker primer, and this one is $14. One thing to keep in mind with this is while the packaging does look like it is 1 full fluid ounce, it is actually only 0.67 fluid ounces, so definitely a little bit smaller than a lot of standard sized primers, and a lot smaller than standard NYX primers too, which is interesting. I don't know why they chose to make this one smaller. Alright, so from the Ulta website, it says, brighter skin, sign us up. The NYX Professional Makeup Bright Maker Primer with glow-boosting properties is infused with papaya extract. This peach-tinted primer delivers instant and all-day brighter-looking skin while improving and extending makeup for up to 17 hours. Perfect under makeup or alone, delivers brightness, creates a smooth canvas, keeps makeup fresh throughout the day. Translucent finish for a naturally radiant complexion. It's vegan, cruelty-free. So I haven't even swatched this, opened this up. I've had this package for about a week. It's got the little seal on it, which is nice. I've had this package for about a week and I never even touched it, to be honest with you. Should I shake it first? I don't know if this is like a... Oh, it moves around a little bit in there. Okay. Just going to squeeze out a little bit. Has no scent to it whatsoever, at least not that I can smell right away. It does look peachy with just like, it looks like it has just a little bit of a shimmer in it. So I'm going to do Bright Maker on this side and then I'll do the other primer on this side. I'm going to take this up underneath my eyes because I'm not going to put my oil on today. Yeah, it has the literally most subtle papaya scent to it, which makes sense that it has papaya in it, but it's not like, it's very clear that they didn't add like extra papaya fragrance to it. Obviously this side of my skin is already pretty dewy. I do, do my skincare in the morning and I do have SPF on. I put it on a couple hours ago. It's completely sunken into my skin. But this side, it does have just the slightest little bit of tackiness. Let me grab a mirror and look at it up close. That shimmer that I said you could see when it was like concentrated on my hand doesn't appear visible on my face by any means. So yeah, it's just slightly tacky. It's definitely a little bit tackier than this side without anything on it. And it's just kind of shiny. I don't feel like my skin looks brighter, just glowier. So there's that one. We'll see how foundation and everything goes on top of it. Next up is the Marsh Mellow primer. So Marsh Mellow primer, and this one is $17 and you get 1.01 fluid ounces, so just over 1 ounce. Interesting that they don't have consistency between these, but I do like that this one has like a little pump inside of there and a little cap and everything like that. And from the Ulta website, it says, It's the Marsh Mellow effect. Introducing the NYX Professional Marsh Mellow Smoothing Super Primer. This 10-in-1 smoothing super primer is infused with smoothing marshmallow root extract for 10 outstanding makeup extending benefits. With a soft, whipped texture, this primer dries down totally transparent to work on all skin tones. This primer smooths, softens, extends makeup wear for 16 hours, hydrates, soothes, evens tone, minimizes texture, blurs lines, adds a soft focus finish, and keeps makeup fresh. It's vegan and cruelty-free, as well as is all of NYX products. So definitely a very thick looking primer. This one also has no fragrance to it whatsoever. So I mean, it did dry down completely translucent, which is nice. It's gonna work on any skin tone. It's definitely a little bit sticky. It's not what I imagined it to be compared to like its description. I kind of imagined it to be more like mattifying and like pore filling. As of right now, I honestly can't even distinguish a difference between the two. I can feel a difference on my skin, but like looking at myself in the mirror, I can't tell a difference at all. It's very shiny as well, which again surprised me. And it's sticky at the moment, but I will add in that this one has dried down a little bit more and it's not nearly as sticky as it was. We'll see how makeup goes on top of everything and kind of get a better idea once I have foundation and powder and everything on. So next up, which will play into putting on foundation and everything, I think this is so stinking cute. This is their marshmallow blender and it looks like a puffy marshmallow. I love it. Oh, it's just so cute. It's got a little heart embossed into it. It's squishy. It's obviously dry right now, so I'm gonna wet it. So let me go and wet this really quick. It's super soft, but let me go wet this really quick, see how big it gets. I'll be right back. All right, so here is the sponge wet. It definitely got a lot bigger. It's super soft and squishy. It feels really, really promising, so I'm very excited about that. So what my plan is that I want to show you guys me putting on, you know, like my base products so that you can see how it applies over the primers and see how the sponge works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed you guys through all of my steps. I'll probably chime in once I get to foundation so I can talk about the sponge while I'm applying makeup. But I will have on the screen everything that I used, but I'm just going to speed you guys through it. I'll talk to you guys in a minute. And yeah, let's do some makeup. Alright, so I'm going to be obviously going in with the sponge, and I'm going in with the Maybelline SuperStay foundation. I know this foundation very, very well, so I'm not too concerned about its... I know how it works. Spongy in here and try her out. I feel like the shape of this sponge is pretty ideal because you can really you can use that edge and just get right up in there and it'll be good. I just realized I forgot to grab concealer. Okay. This sponge is a delight, honestly. Some sponges can be, you know, a little hard and you can kind of feel like you're punching yourself, or some are just so soft that they kind of feel like they absorb everything. This one's kind of in the middle. I enjoy this edge for just getting right in this section right here. That's really nice. This one is soft without being like too soft. It doesn't feel like it's really spreading product out very nicely. It's hard to talk while essentially punching myself in the face. Alright, so I pumped out my normal amount, about 1.5 pumps. I used everything up so it didn't absorb any extra. Like I feel like I got everywhere that I needed to go, which is good. Everything looks smooth and even. Let me get a nice close-up look here. And that looks really good. It didn't sometimes you'll press a sponge into your skin and it'll get like little lines left behind from the edges. That didn't happen. I'm super, super happy with this. Okay, so let me grab concealer and finish applying that. I'll touch base with you guys when I'm done with that. see how everything looks with the primers, and then I'll finish up the rest of my base. Alright, now that I have made a little burnt marshmallow, I think that this sponge is great. My only complaint about it is, while I love those edges for getting right up underneath here and in here and all of that, it doesn't have a point. And the hardest thing about not having a point is getting right up in here. Now, obviously, I could mitigate that with, like, you know, a brush, and that is more than likely what I will do in the future when I use this sponge. So not the end of the world by any means. I already use a brush to spread concealer around my chin, so I could just take that same brush and just fix right up in there. Not a big deal by any means. Just something to consider if you're not somebody who likes to use sponges, or excuse me, not somebody who likes to use brushes for concealer. It's definitely something to consider. Everything looks great with how that sponge applied my foundation and concealer, so I'm super, super happy with that. Let me get a close-up look of how everything looks with the primer. So let's start with the Bright Maker side. I mean, there is a little bit of shine coming through on my cheeks. That's pretty inherent to unset foundation. This is a matte foundation, so there is just a little bit of shine coming through, a little bit more than what would happen if I were to use like a mattifying primer or something like that, but it looks fine. And then for the Marsh Mellow side, so it has the same kind of shine right up in here. That could lend itself also a little bit more to my concealer as well, not necessarily just the foundation, but it also has the shine up here too. My pores do look just the slightest bit smoother right in here than they do on the Bright Maker side, so I would lean towards that probably being because of the primer, but they aren't so inherently different. I definitely don't think you need both. But as it stands right now, they look good. Doesn't look bad by any means. That's, you know, the most important thing is that it doesn't look bad. Alright, so I'm going to jump off and finish up the rest of my base. I'm going to powder, bronzer, blush, a little bit of highlight, finish up my under eyes. Basically, I'm going to get to the point where we're ready to do brows and lips, because that is what is left, is brows and lips. So I will see you guys in just 1 second. This next product I am super, super excited about. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen. I already use and love the Milani Weekend Brow Pen, so when I saw that NYX was launching this with this collection as well, I was super, super excited because I really like brow pens. I think that they work really well for someone like me who has sparser brows. They also would work well for thicker brows with just like, that just need just a little bit of definition. Now that I've destroyed this box. So this is what it looks like. I got the shade Ash Brown. Completely guessing on that. I could be wrong. But first things first. So it is a very, very, I don't have autofocus on. It's a very, very tiny little brush pen. Okay. And then that is what it looks like. So it actually looks like it might be a pretty decent color for me, if not just a little tiny bit light, but that's okay. So let me zoom you guys in so you guys can get a better view. All right, so I'm gonna start off by just going in with some little strokes. Well, that is like almost a perfect shade match for me. Feels really good. It doesn't seem like there's like a lot that comes out at once, which is good because I don't want to get carried away. I'm for a little bit more of a straighter brow today. It's been a while since I've done one of those. I'm going to go in with a spoolie really quick and just brush through. Get rid of any harsh lines. And then I'm going to go back in a second time and just put in a couple more brow strokes. I'm really super happy with that. One other thing that I do like to do, just because I don't have any hair right in this area right here, and I do put highlighter there, I do like to take just a little bit of a brow powder just right here when I'm using a pen, solely to get rid of that kind of just very artificial looking shine. Woo! Shouldn't make that face while I'm doing that. All right, perfect. I'm gonna jump off and do the other brow off of camera. I'll be right back. All right, last but certainly not least is the NYX Shine Loud High Shine Lip Pigment. So this is like a double-ended situation. We got like a liquid lipstick type of situation over here, and then what is supposed to be like a gloss thing. I'm not sure. I've only seen like brief campaign videos for it. This is in the shade Life Goals. So I already love the Shout Loud satin lipstick, so I thought that this would be fun to try. All right, so this is what the little doe foot was the word that I was looking for. It looks like. So it does hold quite a bit of product. It's definitely a little bit flatter. Let me swatch this for you guys really quick. So that is what it looks like. It's a very, very pretty color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the liquid lipstick side, and then I'm going to go finish washing my brushes, and that should give it enough time to completely set down because I want to see what it looks like with just the one side, and then I will come back and we will apply the other side. Just want to point out that this was advertised to be a peachy nude, and this is very dark. First impression, I'm not really sure. I'm assuming this is supposed to dry down, but I'm not 100% sure. It is very sticky right now. It is very, very, very sticky. So, like I said, I'm going to jump off. I'm going to go finish washing the rest of my brushes. Let this dry down as much as possible. I'll come back, show you guys what it looks like, apply that gloss, I think it is. I'm just confused because I saw in the campaign videos they applied the gloss and then they like put their mouth to a mug and nothing came off. So, I don't know. Alright, so it's been probably like 5 minutes. It dried down in like 2. I can say that dry, like just the pigment by itself, feels like my lips have been pulled together and like all the lines are visible. It's a very, very dry formula. The weirdest thing is that when I touch my lips with my fingers, feels fine. Feels like a matte lip. Now my lips look even more wrinkled. Jesus. Okay, I gotta put this gloss on so that I can film the intro and the outro, get these pictures done so that I can get this off of my lips because I absolutely cannot stand it. Alright, so right out of the gate, this brush picks up a lot, but the hairs in it, I can probably barely see it, the hairs in it are coming like frayed off the thing. Let me wipe some of this excess off because that's a lot. Still doesn't have a fragrance, which is good, I guess. Then, it's just so weird because, like, I can see that I'm putting it on, and I feel like, as I'm watching myself, I'm putting a lot on, but I can barely feel my lips because there's just such a layer of something on top of it. Hopefully this gloss can remove some of the lines. It already looks like it has. That's super pretty, don't get me wrong. Really, really pretty. So let me kind of rub my lips together because I feel like that's the hardest thing with like wearing a matte lipstick and then you want to put a gloss on top is it all mixes together and then it takes away like the longevity situation, which usually tends to happen when they mix together, which I can do by rubbing my lips together. I put on way too much gloss. I can feel it like in my mouth. All right, moment of truth. Clean hand. Wow. You can see the gloss. The gloss definitely comes off, but okay, well, it doesn't come sticky again, but let me zoom you guys in and show you guys this. You can see where it's like cracking right here. And if I don't spread apart my lips, they've literally never looked worse. So this lip product's gonna be a pass for me. So cool idea. I think the formula just needs a little bit of work. The color's really, really pretty. Let me put some of this gloss back on so at least I look semi-decent. I will say perks of this, the gloss feels really nice going on. The gloss is not sticky at all. Even when I had it like all over the back of my hand and like a really thin layer, no stickiness whatsoever. It doesn't do that weird line thing. It's a really good clear gloss. I'm gonna throw that out there right now. It's a really good clear gloss. Nothing on this is fragrance, so if you're like, if fragrance bothers you, you may like it. Is it the worst thing I've ever put on my lips? No. Will I continue to reach for this? No. Maybe if I was somebody that had lips that didn't have lines in them or something like that, that it could work really, really well. But for me, I have naturally very lined lips and it's just, it's not made for me. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to film my outro, film my intro, take my pictures, do all the things I need to do. Then I'm gonna turn the camera back on and I'm gonna try to scrub this off with you guys on camera because I'm not gonna wear a gloss underneath a mask and I have to go, I actually don't have to go anywhere today. No, I do have to go. I have to go get cat food. So I'm not going to wear gloss underneath my mask when I go to PetSmart. All right, I'm back. While I was taking my pictures, I was kind of thinking a little bit more about this lipstick. I feel like its best purpose would be for weddings. Now, hear me out. What do you do most at weddings? Like when you get married, you kiss a lot. And with this not transferring off at all when you kiss, I feel like it would be perfect for having the longevity and having that shine where literally, you know, throughout the night, if you absolutely need to, you could just go reapply the gloss and be totally fine, but still be able to continue to kiss your significant other without them getting your lipstick all over them. Maybe just a little bit of gloss, but that's easy to wipe off at the end of the day. But if you're looking for something that has a lot of pigment, but also has a lot of shine, but also doesn't transfer color, this may be exactly what you're looking for. So I'm gonna take my trusty, what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm gonna take my trusty washcloth and I'm going to attempt to scrub this off. It's the bright side of mask season, as I can scrub this off and lose all this makeup right here and nobody will know. Nobody except for my cat. It's coming off. Kind of. My lips just feel so dry now. I can no longer tell if it's natural, my natural lips, if I just irritated them, or if that's still color left behind. I think it's still a little bit of color left behind. That's about as good as it's gonna get. My lips feel disgusting. They feel so dry and just like cracked and irritated and upset. But I'm gonna throw it back to Bree from like 20 minutes ago. Alright guys, that is going to wrap up today's video. Like I said earlier, I'm going to be putting up a video where I'm going to revisit new products that I have tried recently. So I will definitely give you guys a full update on all of the items that I tried in today's video in that video. So please subscribe. Stay tuned for that video. Overall, I honestly think that my favorite thing out of this entire, like, all four of these things, I think my favorite thing was the brow pen. I'm really, really happy with how it looks. It's a really perfect shade match for me. I love when I buy stuff online and I get the perfect shade match for me. Comment down below and tell me if there were any of these products that were recently launched from NYX that you were interested in trying. And I've already said it, but please subscribe if you haven't already. It would mean the world to me. Like this video, ring the bell, do all the things. I hope that you guys have an awesome, awesome day, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!